England, a small island nation with a monumental past. For thousands of years, waves have sculpted its shores, shaping its fate. Ancient civilizations left their mark. Stonehenge, a marvel of their ingenuity, still stands. Romans arrived, conquering and constructing, leaving behind roads and baths, remnants of a lost empire. Then came the Saxons and Vikings, weaving a tapestry of conflict and cultural exchange. But it was the year 1066 that would forever redefine England. Imagine the scene. The year 1066, the air thick with anticipation. The landscape of England was about to be forever altered by a series of events that no one could have foreseen. King Edward the Confessor lay dying, leaving no heir to the English throne. His deathbed was surrounded by anxious nobles, each with their own ambitions and fears about the future of the kingdom. Across the Channel, William, Duke of Normandy, a powerful and ambitious ruler, believed the crown was rightfully his. He had been promised the throne by Edward himself, or so he claimed, and he was determined to enforce his claim. He gathered his army, ready to stake his claim. His forces were well-trained, disciplined, and eager for the glory and riches that awaited them in England. Meanwhile, in Norway, Harald Hardrada, a Viking warrior king, also had his eyes on the prize. He believed his lineage gave him a legitimate claim to the English throne, and he was prepared to fight for it. England, caught in a three-way struggle for power, braced itself for what would become a pivotal year in its history. The country was on the brink of chaos, with three powerful leaders vying for control. The Battle of Stamford Bridge, a clash of Viking might and English resilience, saw Harald Hardrada fall. Yet, victory was short-lived. The English forces, though triumphant, were exhausted and ill-prepared for what was to come next. William, landing at Pevensey Bay, marched his Norman forces inland. His strategic mind and military prowess were about to be tested in one of the most significant battles in English history. At Hastings, on a wind-swept hill, the fate of England hung in the balance. The battle was fierce and brutal, with both sides showing incredible courage and determination. By the end of the day, the course of English history had been irrevocably changed, ushering in a new era under Norman rule. The Battle of Hastings, a brutal and bloody affair, ended in Norman victory. This pivotal clash in 1066 saw the forces of William, Duke of Normandy, face off against the Anglo-Saxon army led by King Harold Godwinson. The battle was fierce, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The Normans, however, emerged victorious, altering the course of English history forever. King Harold Godwinson, the last Anglo-Saxon king of England, lay dead. Struck down by an arrow to the eye, his death symbolized the end of an era. The Anglo-Saxon reign, which had lasted for centuries, was now over, paving the way for Norman rule. William, now known as the Conqueror, seized the throne. His coronation on Christmas Day in 1066 marked the beginning of a new dynasty. William's claim to the English throne was not just a matter of conquest, but also of lineage, as he was a distant cousin of the childless King Edward the Confessor. His victory marked a turning point. The Norman conquest brought profound changes to England, reshaping its culture, governance, and social structure. The old Anglo-Saxon nobility was largely replaced by Norman lords, who brought with them new customs and traditions. Norman rule swept across England, bringing with it new laws, a new language, French, and a new social order. The introduction of the feudal system redefined land ownership and societal roles, creating a hierarchy that placed the Normans at the top. Castles, imposing symbols of Norman power, rose across the land. These fortresses served not only as military strongholds, but also as administrative centers. The construction of these castles demonstrated the Normans' architectural prowess and their intent to maintain control over their new territory. The Tower of London, started by William himself, still stands today, a stark reminder of his conquest. This iconic structure has served various purposes over the centuries, from royal residence to prison, and remains a symbol of the enduring legacy of the Norman conquest. But William's legacy is complex. While he is often remembered for his military achievements, his impact on England was multifaceted. His reign brought about significant administrative reforms and cultural changes that have left a lasting imprint on the nation. He was a ruthless warrior, but also a shrewd ruler. William's ability to balance military might with strategic governance allowed him to consolidate his power and establish a stable rule over England. He commissioned the Domesday Book, a comprehensive survey of land and resources, a testament to his administrative prowess. This monumental work provided a detailed record of the landholdings and resources of the kingdom, enabling more effective taxation and governance. His reign, a fusion of Norman and Anglo-Saxon traditions, laid the foundation for the England we know today. The blending of these cultures created a unique and enduring legacy, influencing the language, architecture, and societal structures that continue to shape modern England. Fast forward to the 13th century, a time of great change and upheaval in England. England, now ruled by King John, a descendant of William the Conqueror, faced a different kind of turmoil. King John, often remembered as one of the most controversial monarchs in English history, inherited a kingdom fraught with challenges. John, known for his cruelty and tyrannical rule, clashed with his barons, powerful landowners who demanded greater rights and freedoms. These barons, who held significant power and influence, were growing increasingly frustrated with John's heavy-handed tactics. John, desperate for funds to finance his wars, levied heavy taxes, further fueling the flames of discontent. The burden of these taxes fell heavily on the shoulders of the barons and the common people alike, leading to widespread resentment. Promises were made and broken, trust eroded, pushing England to the brink of civil war. The barons, feeling betrayed and oppressed, began to organize and resist the king's authority. In 1215, at Runnymede, a meadow near Windsor, the stage was set for a showdown. This picturesque location would become the backdrop for a pivotal moment in history. John, facing the combined might of his rebellious barons, had little choice but to negotiate. The barons, united in their cause, presented a formidable opposition that John could not ignore. The result of this tense standoff was a document that would echo throughout history, the Magna Carta. This charter, which laid the foundation for modern democracy and the rule of law, was a significant step towards limiting the power of the monarchy and ensuring the rights of the people. Section 5. The Birth of Liberty, the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta, meaning Great Charter, wasn't a revolution, it was more a truce. It reaffirmed ancient rights and placed limits on the king's power. No longer could the king imprison people without trial or impose taxes without the consent of his barons. While seemingly simple, these clauses represented a seismic shift in power dynamics. The Magna Carta, though initially intended for the benefit of the barons, contained the seeds of a much broader ideal, liberty under the law, a principle that would resonate far beyond England's shores. Section 6. The Seeds of Revolution. Centuries past, England, shaped by conquest, rebellion, and the slow evolution of its legal system, experienced periods of great upheaval and transformation. The Black Death, a devastating plague, swept across the land, leaving a trail of death and social change. The 100 Years' War, a protracted conflict with France, tested England's mettle and fostered a sense of national identity. Through it all, the seeds of innovation and change were being sown. By the 18th century, England was on the cusp of a revolution, not of blood and battle, but of ideas and industry. The world was about to change, and England would be at the forefront of this transformative era, the Industrial Revolution. Section 7. The Age of Iron and Steam. Imagine a world without cars, trains, or electricity. A world where most people lived and worked on the land, their lives dictated by the seasons. This was the world before the Industrial Revolution. But change was coming, driven by a series of remarkable inventions and innovations. The steam engine, a marvel of engineering, harnessed the power of steam, transforming industries like textile manufacturing and transportation. Coal, black gold, fueled this revolution, powering factories and machines that could produce goods faster and more efficiently than ever before. Section 8. England transformed. The Industrial Revolution transformed England from a largely agrarian society into an industrial powerhouse. Factories sprang up in cities like Manchester and Birmingham, drawing people from rural areas seeking work. The population boomed, and cities swelled in size. This rapid urbanization brought with it new challenges: poverty, overcrowding, and pollution. Yet amidst the grime and hardship, there was also a sense of progress, a belief that humanity was entering a new era of unprecedented potential. Section 9. Echoes of the Past. From the Norman conquest to the signing of the Magna Carta and the Industrial Revolution, England's history is a tapestry woven from threads of conquest, rebellion, innovation, and resilience. These events, though separated by centuries, are interconnected, each shaping the destiny of this small island nation. The echoes of William the Conqueror's conquest can still be felt in the language we speak and the institutions that govern us. The principles enshrined in the Magna Carta, though hard-won and often challenged, continue to inspire struggles for freedom and justice around the world. And the legacy of the Industrial Revolution, for all its complexities and contradictions, is evident in the technology that shapes our lives today. Section 10. Your Journey Through Time. England's story is not just confined to the past. It is a living, breathing narrative that continues to unfold. As you walk the streets of London, visit ancient castles, or explore the ruins of industrial mills, remember that you are walking in the footsteps of history. Every stone has a story to tell, every monument a testament to the people and events that shaped this remarkable nation. So go forth and explore. Delve deeper into the annals of English history and discover the countless stories that await you. Your journey through time starts now.